Welcome to QDIN, everybody. We're excited about your participation here and joining us. Today, we're going to be learning about Shickel. You are participating in QDIN's mission, and so we're excited about this partnership with Harrisonburg City Schools and Rockingham County Schools, where we're doing the first ever Harrisonburg Rockingham Works live event. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce Ms. Eva, who will take over and start facilitating this session for us. Eva?
Hi, I'm Eva Robert. I'm a behavior support assistant at Wilbur Pence Middle School. I also teach ballet to high school and college students in Harrisonburg. I am delighted to introduce Jeff Staple. Jeff has a passion for human resources since his college years at the University of Wisconsin, Green Bay, where he earned a BS in business with an emphasis in human resource management. Since 1982, including over 20 years at Shickel Corporation, Jeff has had responsibility for human resources and safety management. As an OSHA authorized trainer, Jeff supports safety as a core value at Shickel. When he's relaxing, he enjoys watching his favorite Wisconsin-based professional and college sports teams, of which the Green Bay Packers leads the way. He also enjoys the outdoors with his wife and family, whether hiking, kayaking, or just sitting on the patio enjoying the view. So without further ado, I am going to turn you over to Jeff, and he'll tell you a little bit about Shickel.
All right, well, thank you, Eva. I do want to talk a little bit about Shickel Corporation and what we do here. We're located in Bridgewater, and we are a custom metal fabricator with about 100 people working to satisfy our customers' needs. Our customers include building contractors who build office buildings, colleges, universities, hospitals, and also companies in the food and pharmaceutical industries. So the careers that we offer are those in business, just like most businesses: accounting, administration, purchasing, computer network administrators, but also in the skilled trades that utilize welding. We do have a lot of CNC, computer numerically controlled equipment in our operation. We have equipment like state-of-the-art lasers, water jets, machine centers, press brakes that we have people operating and programming. We also have professionals and technicals who are involved in drafting design, estimating, and project management. And we have people who are actually doing in the field installations of our products using welding, rigging, and millwright type skills. So today we're going to focus on two different career opportunities, the computer-aided drafting and design area, and project management. So we have some videos that we'll talk about that.
Hey, hello, my name is Corey Barlow. I'm a Cad Designer here at Shickel Corporation. I've been working here a little over 3 years. It definitely chose me. I took some technical drawing classes and stuff like that in high school, and I really enjoyed that. But when I then went to a 4-year college to try to become an engineer, and I realized I didn't like that nearly as much as the technical drawing CAD side of the CAD side of that job. I shifted the degree I was going for. Instead of trying to get an engineering degree, I shifted and went for a history degree with a minor in cinema, which is completely different. But it wasn't until after I was done with college that I even knew that drafting in and of itself was even a career path I could pursue. So had I known that, I would have definitely tried to go for that. One of the mission statements and goals of Shickel is to provide quality products to our customers, and a lot of that does start with the drafting department. We're one of the first links in the chain of something getting made. And, you know, if something goes wrong in drafting, if, you know, we design something wrong, or if we draw something wrong, like that has a, you know, waterfall effect through all the other departments. So drafting is arguably one of the more important departments in order to make sure that the final product is correct. A familiarity with a lot of you know, CAD software is definitely a big one. I would say that you can learn most CAD software pretty quickly if you have a base understanding of how they work. I would say a good spatial awareness is probably one of the biggest skills. Being able to you know, see in 3D in your head really easily. Because a lot of the job is taking, you know, 2D contract drawings, making it into a 3D model, and then turning that 3D model back into 2D shop drawings for the people to actually fabricate the thing off of. Within the department, I mean, I started out as just a CAD drafter, and I'm a CAD designer now. I've already moved up. You get to work on bigger projects. You have a little bit more. It's more of a collaboration in the design. Within the company, I mean, I've been able to observe, you know, our project managers, what they do in their job. I've gained a lot of skills in, you know, how do you talk with customers, how to run jobs, all that. I've also taken a few welding classes and gotten some welding certifications, and I did that to be a better drafter, but I mean, I now have that skill set that I could use in the future. Don't do what I did, which was, you know, I started out trying to be engineering and then went the completely opposite direction before I even knew that this was that a job like this existed. In hindsight is 2020. And had I known that this was a job that I could pursue, there were degrees and classes at like Blue Ridge Community College, schools like that, so that I could have gotten the skills to do this and at least been a lot easier and clearer path into the into a job like this.
So my name's Nick Hilbert. I'm a senior project manager here at Shickel Corporation. I've been with the company for 13 years. As a project manager here at Shickel's, we do custom metal fabrication, such as stairs, ornamental metals, glass railings, basically anything to do with metal we'll touch. So we design, fabricate, and install to meet the needs of our customers. Our customers are generally large contractors. We're working for universities, new construction, and renovations. And the projects typically vary from a few $1,000s to multi-million-dollar projects. Metalworking's always been something I've been interested in. I started out in the steel room here at Shickel's. We unloaded steel trucks, took inventory. Throughout the years, I did some work in purchasing, helped out in the stock room. Meanwhile, I was doing the apprenticeship program through Massillon Technical Center for welding and fabrication, which led me to working in the fab shop. I worked in fabrication and helped out in the field. I ended up leaving and went and worked for myself for 2 years, running a welding business. After 2 years, we decided that wasn't the path that we wanted to go. We were offered opportunities to come back to Shickel, so upon coming back, I was offered a position into project management, which has led me to where I am today. Yeah, so our vision is to be the most trusted name in design, fabrication, and installation of custom metal products, and we live by that every day. You know, the integrity that these guys hold each and every day. We work as a team. There's no individual person out there doing stuff. We work as a team. And that's what drives us every day. A couple of the good things to have would be the mechanical experience, understanding how things work, how things go together, how to take them apart and put them back together. Self-driven motivation, the drive to get out there and really work hard each and every day. Communication's a big key. We talk with our customers each and every day, delivering good and bad news. And then problem solving is an important attribute to have as well. The people in our department, they have a wide variety of education and resources. Myself, I came from kind of climbing the ranks or working through, running my own business, going to Massanutten. There's other people, you have education paths of going to college for a mechanical engineering degree. So there's various tunnels to get you into this position. Yeah, hard work, dedication. There's all kinds of education out there that's available to you through Massanutten Technical Center, through the apprenticeship program. Blue Ridge Community College offers some great programs. I'm currently enrolled in the business management program at Blue Ridge.
Well, like many people, you start out not necessarily knowing what you're going to do or where you want to go. I actually started out thinking I wanted to get into forestry. And I chose a school that I went to based on their environmental science forestry program, and discovered that the curriculum I need to take, I wasn't succeeding in, and looked for other alternatives. And then I moved into business administration, and then I moved into human resources. So if you would ask me when I was 18 what I was going to do, I would be working in national park system, and look where I am. I've been in human resources for almost 40 years. So human resources seemed to fit, and I took more classes and learned more about it. It seemed to be an area that I had interest and also developed a passion for. So
Cool.
You never know where you're going to end up.
Yeah, definitely. One of the questions I have is, you're in human resources, so you see a lot of resumes, and one student wants to know what kind of positions are a possibility when you're an 18-year-old just coming out of school at Shickel.
Well, a lot of those positions opportunities are going to be entry level. And I think you have to be open to starting out doing some very basic things. It may not be where you ultimately want to end up, but I think if you start to look at the types of organizations that you want to be a part of that have long-term, the types of opportunities that you think you'd be interested in, get your foot in the door. Go to those organizations that you have a lot of respect for, you hear good things about. And many times, just like you heard from Nick Hilbert, Nick started out in our stock room and right out of school. And he developed an interest. He went through our apprenticeship program, became a journeyman fabricator, actually went out and started his own business, and then ended up coming back to us, and he is now a senior project manager. So you can take a pathway through an organization, even just starting out entry level, and then find the areas that fit you and the organization and go far.
One student asked, what are the educational requirements to be employed at Shickel? Corey was a drafter, and he said he gave up on his engineering degree and he got that job. So how did he go about getting that job?
Well, I think first of all, you have to show the aptitude that we're looking for. We do assessments on every candidate that comes in, and many times we are doing math skills assessments and mechanical aptitude assessments. So if we find people with the right aptitudes, we can teach them a lot of things that they'll need to know. Just as Corey actually has a 4-year degree, but it wasn't in necessarily the discipline, but he had on the side worked, he had gotten drafting in high school, but he also had gotten a good knowledge of 3D modeling. And so we were able to take his 3D modeling and drafting knowledge and apply it to what we do using SolidWorks, which is our primary platform for 3D modeling. So the more education you have, it's good. I mean, utilizing what you have in high school, taking advantage of the technical schools, whether it's Valley Technical Center or Macedon Technical Center, it's really important to take advantage of those opportunities now. A lot of people end up going back to technical schools or back to Blue Ridge Community College later on in life where it costs a lot more. They taking advantage of some of those things now. We have people with just high school diplomas. We've got people with 2-year associates, and we've got people with 4-year degrees. But more, it's once they get in the door, what do they do once they're here that determines how high they'll go in the organization.
What exactly do you need to have for human resources management? What skills are involved in those? You went to school for that, so you could.
I went to school, but we also have a person who's our HR generalist who did not go to college, started out in working as an HR assistant in more an administrative role, worked into a recruiting role, and now is worked into an HR generalist position. And actually this week she's getting her, working toward her accreditation as an HR professional. And so you can get certifications and credentials even without a degree.
I have a number of students wondering how many employees there are at Shickel.
We average about 120 employees, and we're down a little bit right now, but we're working our way back up to about 120, 125.
So you mentioned the two areas that we were looking at, CAD design, that's computer assisted design, and product management.
Project management, yes.
And are there other areas you are hiring in for right now?
Well, right now we have openings in our installer position, which is working in our field services area. We have about 25 people that work in the field doing installations during the week, but they do travel overnight out of town. But they utilize welding and installation skills, working with steel, glass, finished metal that we actually produce here in the shop, but they have to install on the customer's job site. So right now, most of our work is up in the DC and Maryland area, and they're traveling out on Monday and coming back on Friday and living in hotels and working on the job site during the week. They're some of our highest paying jobs. We have people in that area that make between 60 and 80,000 a year.
What kind of programs do they need to have completed, say at Blue Ridge or Macedon or Valley, to do that installation work on the field?
Well, most of those people have gone through either a technical school for welding or Blue Ridge Community College. There's also a school down in Byers Institute down in the Rockbridge area that also teaches welding. So we've got actually people that have come out of like Hobart School of Welding or Tulsa Welding Schools also. So having a background in welding, like I said, Blue Ridge Community College's program is a very good program. If they don't get it in high school, they can get it after high school. But having that knowledge, we want to see that people have a real commitment to learning that skill, and not just a passing interest.
Right. Do you have any cooperative education positions open?
I normally have 1 to 2 positions that we work with the local technical centers with students coming out of their welding programs that we have offered co-ops to, where the people will work in maybe finishing or another area. They may not be doing directly welding, but it is the entry-level position to learn. We learn about their work skills, and they get a chance to learn about the total fabrication process.
So we're coming sort of to the end of our time. I wanted to make sure that all the questions get answered. What type of student do you prefer to hire, and are there any business management positions open? Or what would be the path to business management if that's not entry level?
Usually on the business management side, we've done co-op students, but they've been through the colleges and universities locally for accounting or for project management. We've got students from Bridgewater College, EMU, JMU. So usually those are the avenues on the business side.
Okay.
And like, I'm not sure what is meant by type of person. You know, as I said, we want somebody who's going to be dependable, high character, someone who is going to be responsible for what they taking responsibility and responsible for what they take on. And a lot of times you prove that out by having jobs. I really encourage people to have jobs now. And people sometimes downplay food service or working for the grocery store or Walmart. Those are great jobs to demonstrate your dependability, reliability, your ability to learn. So any job that you get, I would really apply yourself, because we check all those references. And the stronger the references you have, the better off you're going to be and more likely than somebody else is going to employ you.
Well, thank you very much, Jeff. This has been so interesting and informative. And I hope you get some good applicants from the schools. So.
All right. Well, thank you very much.